My bike is making this really annoying noise. Must be the mud from the road in Dawson. I'm almost there. Yee-hoo! I made it. I made it to the top. It's really not so easy to do when you're holding a camera in your hand. It's not easy to do anyways. Woo! Back up the hill. So this is my daily vlog 157, and today I found myself kind of getting really excited about all sorts of things that I can do. And you know, especially with social media and YouTube and things like that, everything that's available to us in this media tech world. And I was speaking to somebody today who's a bit of a power partner for me, and we were kind of brainstorming ideas, and she's starting her own YouTube channel as well, and I was kind of like getting really excited about what can happen. And this is kind of what I've been talking about for the past couple days, about how we can kind of get on social media, and you know, it can be really overwhelming, and we can start thinking about, you know, I can do this, I can do that, but then we can also go into comparison, and that can kind of create stagnancy within us, where we just don't move forward and we don't do anything because we're comparing ourselves to everybody else, and we don't feel as good enough to put our stuff out there, so we don't go anywhere. However, what is now happening with me, and which is something that often happens with me, is that I just get this influx of ideas. I can really see what people need and what the world needs, and I get really inspired about bringing my voice out into the world, and I get inspired about helping other women bring their voice out into the world. And then I start getting all these ideas about what can happen, and I get way ahead of myself, and then I find myself completely overwhelmed and not really knowing where to go or where to start or what to stop or what not to stop, and just go into nowhere mode where nothing gets done. So it's always important for me, as I keep on saying, to come back to myself and just kind of check in and be like, okay, well, what can I do today? What time have I got today? What can I do today? What inspires me today? What needs to get done today? And what's actually really realistic to do today? I often have that when I speak to other women as well, who are really, really inspired women who have a really important message to bring out into the world and who are dedicating their life to doing so. We can often just be like, yeah, let's do this and that and that. And then it can be like, okay, but where do we start? Because we have to start somewhere. And so having some kind of way of staying grounded and connected to what's really going on in life right now, and what are the steps that we have to do right now to start moving forward in whatever it is that we want to bring out into the world. So a good question is, what's my next step? And, you know, always, as I say, staying connected to our yearnings and desires, so that we know where we're going with what we're doing, and we're not just randomly going, yeah, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this, but actually, you know, kind of on tracks, running somewhere with it and giving something to the world that is focused. And because there's so many options for us to get our voice out into the world, there's so many different platforms that we can use, it's really easy to start thinking, yeah, and I can do Instagram, then I can do LinkedIn, and then I can do YouTube, and then I can do this, and then I can do that. And really, you know, mastering one platform, as my friend was saying today, is the way to go, and getting really good at that platform, and then maybe moving on to something else instead of being split by everything, because that becomes way too overwhelming. And for me, the most important thing is to really remember to take care of myself, and to keep connected to my self-care practices, and to really make sure that I am connected on a daily basis to what I need and desire to bring out into the world, and really, really understand that and feel that connection. That is my foundation. So I can very easily get kind of taken away up into, you know, inspiration land and where I can do this and I can do that, and I've got so many ideas. However, that doesn't serve me so much. What serves me is really staying connected to the present, and this is what I'm learning about. So staying connected to my present moment and what I need in that moment and how I move from that moment, not instead how I'm moving from the future. Because when we move from the future, that's when we get to overwhelm. But if we can move from this moment and what's present with us in this moment and create and move forward from this moment, then that's when we don't get overwhelmed and when we can create sustainability in our life. So that's day 157.
I ate the frog.